What's up, guys? It's McNulty here. Welcome back to the channel. I hope you're all doing well. And the Mysteries of the Deep has opened up again today. So we've got a new hero available in the summon. And we're definitely going to have a look at this hero today. So they are beefing up the portals, but they've slowed down a little bit. Because we're not seeing as many new heroes released into the portals at one time. I think maybe we're building up now to the Lunar New Year. But we do have a brand new hero, and we are definitely going to have a look at her. It is Medea. That is not the lovable lady from the movies. As you can see, she's a pretty monstrous looking hero. I'm not even sure what she is. Can we get a full body pic here? Oh, she's one of the mermaids again. Okay, cool. But yeah, she does look pretty devilish and pretty horrible looking, but at the same time pretty cool. So we've got to have a look and see what she's all about. So first of all, I'd be surprised if she wasn't, but she is from the Nightmares of Atlantis family. So in case you don't already know, they get a bonus for one or two heroes. They get a 50 or 75% chance to cast negative 10% mana generation for 3 turns on any enemy that deals special skill damage to the character. That is a pretty decent bonus, but it's not quite as good as the or the passive for these heroes, which is a 50% chance to give 80% damage to all enemies, and the caster gets 19% mana generation increase for the following 2 turns. So I do love the passive a little bit more than the family bonus, but I guess the family bonus is still there, and it can increase your mana generation or give negative mana generation, which it's a pretty good skill for a family bonus. So in terms of stats for Medea, we are looking at a total of 995 team power. So again, one of the most powerful heroes that we've got in the game. It's 1019 on the attack, 976 on her defense, and 1715 on the health points. So just really good stats. They are very balanced across the board, and with limit breaks and emblems, we are just going to be rocking nearly 1400 attack, which is huge, 1300 on defense, and 2250 on the health. So again, seriously decent stats for Medea. The attack up, Ether Talent is a really good one because at the beginning of the battle she gets an extra 20% attack for the first 6 turns. So she's going to hit hard, and she's running the Changing Tides mana speed, and the first hit is at fast speed. So it's quite likely that she probably will benefit from that attack up Ether Talent at the beginning of the battle. Now let's move on to Medea's special. We're looking at Shatter. What the hell? Sorry, it's early in the morning for me here. So Shatter Psyche. Yep, that's what her special is. And at the first charge, so at fast speed, she's going to be dealing 350% damage to the target and nearby enemies. Now, a hit 3 for 350% damage with that kind of an attack stat is a lot of damage. It's a huge amount of damage, so that's excellent at fast speed. Now the target and nearby enemies then get negative 50% decrease for any healing received for 3 turns. Not quite as powerful of an effect and can be cleansed, but still a pretty annoying and quite useful effect. A random hit target automatically casts Shifting Mindless Attack on a random ally when mana's full at the start of a turn during 3 turns. When the effect's triggered, it shifts to the hit ally and the duration is refreshed. All right, mighty pets. It's Bubbles. No, it's not. But that's pretty cool. So this is the first mindless attack hero that we've seen from the Untold Tales heroes. And it's going to be a random hit target, so you can't specifically target the target that you want to hit with the mindless attack. It's going to be one of the 3 enemies that she hits, or 2 enemies if she's on a defensive team, for example. So that is great. I mean, honestly, that damage up front is huge. The decrease for healing is pretty massive, and potentially you could cast the mindless attack on the healers, so that can be pretty crippling as well. The shifting mindless attack is I would say definitely better than the regular version of the mindless attack, because we've had this with heroes like Waddles and Bubbles, and that shifting mindless attack, if she casts when your heroes are full mana. It's never happened to me, I can say this, but I've seen it happen where the shifting mindless attack shifts from one hero to another hero to another hero, and before you know it, all of their mana just drop to nothing, and that's just from one simple snipe hit. So that effect can be extremely powerful. Now let's move on to what's happening on the second tide, as I like to call it. So the second tide is going to fire off at average speed, and then obviously it goes back to fast, but every time she casts after the second time, she will cast this special that we're going to look at now. So she deals 400% damage to the target and nearby enemies, so an increase 50% on the damage. The target and nearby enemies then get negative 75% decrease for any healing received, and this time for 4 turns instead of 3, so an increase of 25% on the healing reduction, and an increase of 1 turn on that as well. And then a random hit target automatically casts the shifting mindless attack on a random ally when mana's full at the start of a turn. And this time, again, the mindless attack is going to be for 4 turns, which is a long time for mindless attack. If you don't have a cleanse, or if she's just happened to hit your cleanser, it is a long time to sit with a shifting mindless attack on a hero 4 turns. And that's going to be the story of the tale of the tape for Medea, from when she hits on that second charge. It's just going to keep being a mindless attack for 4 turns. I hate this hero, but I love her. It's going to be one that I'm going to love to hate, because she's just incredible. Guys, congratulations if you do manage to summon this hero. I think she's going to be a very useful tool in your arsenal. I also think that she can work in a pinch as a tank, because I know, dark tanks still, even now, seem to be at the sort of mid to higher, sort of like higher intermediate tiers, seem to still be the tanks of choice. So if I did manage to grab Medea, I'd probably pop her in there. But I think overall, I think she's probably best suited maybe to the flanks or the wings, if you are running different color tanks. I mean, she's just so versatile. She could fit in anywhere on a team, and she can shut your whole team down with just a couple of attacks. So yeah, an absolutely brilliant hero, and congratulations to any of you who do manage to summon the humble Medea from this portal. She's featured alongside Atlantia, which is a hero that I just really am not super stoked about. I have faced her quite a few times now, and I just don't feel like her special does that much to stop me from killing her and her entire teams, hopefully. And then you got Galapago, who's an interesting one, the minion destroyer, but again, I don't think that he's in the same sort of realm as some of the other heroes that we've seen released from this portal quite recently. So I would say definitely Medea is an awesome featured hero, and there are some really niche and useful 4 stars in this hero. 4 stars in this portal, I should say. So if you don't have Shark Eye, if you don't have Aqualith, so those are a couple of good ones. This guy Mulgog's not that great, but yeah, those 2 4 stars I would say are pretty key, and can be very, very useful, and in your raid and your war teams as well, and in your Titan teams. So yeah, that is everything I've got to say about Medea. Please do drop us a like and subscribe to the channel if you don't want to miss any future videos. And also let me know your comments. Let me know what you think of Medea. Yeah, that's pretty much it for now, guys. So I wish you all of the best, and I'll see you all again in the next video. Bye for now.